Yeah.
What's good? It's your boy JayThat'sMe. We're going to get into Smackdown from May the 2nd, 2025. A pretty boring show for the most part. We will also talk about the releases that happened before Smackdown went on the air. So I'm going to go over the show first, and then from there we'll get into the releases. So we kick the show off with LA Knight. He shows up, talks about how he lost the U.S. title and everything. Then he's interrupted by Damian Priest. The two of them, they go back and forth. They argue back and forth, basically. And they both blame each other. If it wasn't for the other one of them would be the champion. And then this just leads into a match. The first match of the night, LA Knight versus Damian Priest. Jacob Fatu gets involved, so it's basically a no contest. And Solo Sikoa shows up as well. And Jacob Fatu and Solo Sikoa, they beat down LA Knight and Damian Priest. Who gives a shit about this? So, I mean, you know, it is what it is. It's not really all that important. Moving on. So, we go to the backstage area. So, Byron Saxton, he's backstage with Fraxium. And they talk about how they flipped the tag team division upside down on NXT. And they'll do the same on SmackDown. So, Pretty Deadly, they show up. Who tell Byron to leave. They tell Fraxium that SmackDown is the home of the best and hungriest tag teams. They tell Fraxium the opportunities are not earned, not given. And then they said they spoke to Uncle Nick to just find out how good Fraxium are. And so this leads us into Pretty Deadly being defeated by Fraxium, which is fine. So, they hit the Spanish Fly Phoenix Splash combo for the 1, 2, 3. Good stuff. So it's fine there. Moving right along. So we go backstage to see Michin and B-Fab with Nick Aldis. They talk about wanting a tag team title shot. So the Secret Harvest, they show up. And they're all wearing black. Chelsea Green is wearing all black, a thin black veil and black sunglasses. Chelsea Green calls Zelina Vega crooked. Nick Aldis tells her that referee could have counted to 3. My bad. Nick Aldis tells her that the referee counted to 3 last week. Chelsea Green tells him this is about the United States title, and he's not even from the United States. Neither is she. She's from Canada. So Nick Aldis tells her that neither is she or the Secret Harvest. Chelsea Green asks for a recount, and Nick Aldis tells her she means a rematch. But tonight, Zelina Vega's going to go one-on-one against Piper Niven. And if Piper wins, she'll be next in line for a title shot. And if Piper Niven wins, maybe Chelsea Green can face her in a match. Okay, that's fine there, I guess, but is that important? Hell no. And I'm a fan of Chelsea Green. I really am. So, I mean, this was kind of funny, I guess. Moving on. So, this leads us into Nia Jax. She comes out. So, the fans boo her. She tells them that was a warm welcome and she's glad that she's back. Nia says that while Tiffany was walking around, she was back home refocusing to take back what's hers, and that's the WWE Women's Championship. So Tiffany shows up. She shows up to a good reaction. She tells Nia that she's not the same Tiffany Stratton that she used to bully. She tells that Nia that cashing in on her was the best decision she ever made. And after that, she went one-on-one against the greatest of all time, Charlotte Flair. Oh boy, ugh. Tiffany, really? Like, come on. And if she and Nia ever locked up again, she would beat her too. Nia asks her if she is offering her a rematch. Tiffany tells her no. Tiffany tells Nia that she doesn't make the matches around here. What? She wanted to face Jade Cargill last week, and officials came down to, oblige it. Like, what the fuck? But she won't shy down from a fight, and she'll defend her title against her anytime, anywhere. So Naomi shows up. She says it's funny to see both of them fighting because she remembers when where she was trying to get the title off of Nia for months, but Tiffany always helped Nia out. Naomi tells them that that they made her life a living hell. And she tells them that she's changed and she's a new Naomi now. She doesn't even stand behind Bianca. And she doesn't even let Jade attack her from behind. She tells the fan to shut up. And she says that she's not done going after gold. So Naomi tells Tiffany that not only will she push her into a car, but she'll push her under one. I'm like, damn. So Jade Cargill shows up, and then this just immediately leads into a brawl. And Nick Aldis comes out, and he says if they're also eager to fight, he's going to make a tag team match. And he says playa. And he says that it'll be Tiffany Stratton Tiffany Stratton and Jade Cargill versus Naomi and Nia Jax. And that's going to be the main event. What the hell? Oh, well, it is what it is. Moving on. So this leads us into Carmelo Hayes and The Miz. They're backstage. The Miz says that he's tired of people trying to make moments off of them. Miz says he built up WWE for 2 decades. He's outlasted next big things and legends. Miz says, you targeted nobody talks. You target The Miz, everyone talks. Aleister Black didn't knock him out, he woke him up. He says that there's a reason he lasted so long, as he's been in the company where only black lasted 5 years in. Damn. And then The Miz tells production to hit his music. So this leads us into Aleister Black defeating The Miz via Black Mass. The match was okay. I actually kind of liked it. The main thing about it is this shouldn't have went to commercial break. This really should have been like 3 minutes. This should have been a squash match. Carmelo ended up getting involved towards the end of the match. He tried to protect Miz, and then Black basically, stared a hole into Carmelo Hayes. And then Aleister hit the Black Mass for the 1, 2, 3. So Carmelo tries to attack Aleister from behind after the match, and then he gets the Miz out of dodge. And Aleister Black sits in the ring Indian style, and that was it. So really good shit there. I do like this. This is probably going to lead into a Carmelo Hayes Aleister Black match. It's a little bit too soon. If you ask me, but I'm down for it. I think that would be some great shit. I really do. Moving on. So Santos Escobar, he is backstage with Rey Fenix. Santos tells Rey that his match at WrestleMania was a true embodiment of disappointment. Damn. He embarrassed them all. Rey Mysterio himself picked Phoenix to take his place at WrestleMania, and he blew it. And now, the self-appointment. Greatest luchador of all time is out of the picture. This time, hopefully forever, Santos says someone will have to take his place, and that person has always been him. If Rey Fenix knows what's best for him, he'll listen to what he has to say. Rey Fenix tells him to shut up and stay out of his business. He says there's only one luchador in the world he trusts, and that it's not Santos Escobar. If he has a problem with that, he'll see him in the ring tonight. Okay, so good shit there. I do like this. Interesting. Moving on, this leads us into Zelina Vega defeating Piper Niven. She wins via a roll-up, so Chelsea Green tries to get involved towards the end of the match. So Zelina Vega shoves Piper Niven into Chelsea Green, and then Piper Niven is then cartoonishly rolled up for the 1, 2, 3. Okay, that's fine. Who cares? I'm still happy for Zelina Vega. I wonder if she's going to have a long championship reign. Probably not, though. Probably not. Moving on. So this leads us into Nick Aldis. He's backstage talking to Jacob Fatu and Solo Sikoa. He tells them that last 2 weeks in a row, they've caused a DQ. Solo tells him that last week it was Drew's fault, and this week Fatu gave him a warning. So Nick Aldis tells Jacob Fatu that he'll defend his United States title in a triple threat match, and then Solo tells him that Drew is the number 1 contender. He should face Fatu. And Nick Aldis tells him that he's right, and forget the triple threat match. It's going to now be a fatal 4-way match, which we all knew. We all knew that shit was going to happen. Like, come on. Jacob Fatu tells him to keep it 100, line him up. He's going to dog walk their ass. He's all gas and no brakes, and then walks away. Solo tells Nick Aldis that Nick Aldis is trying to screw over Jacob Fatu, and Nick Aldis tells Solo that he's the one screwing Jacob Fatu over. Damn, so I do like that. They're still trying to do bloodline drama, which is fine. Well, really what's left of it, because the bloodline storyline is basically dead. I mean, that's just a fact. This is fine, though. I do like this. What I don't like is Jacob Fatu being a babyface. Jacob Fatu is better as a heel. He just is. I know the crowd wants to cheer him, but damn, he's so much better as a heel, man. Heel Jacob Fatu kicks major fucking ass. This leads us into Randy Orton showing up. So, Randy says, Randy welcomes us to Smackdown, even though we're 2 hours into the show. Randy says John Cena's name, the fans boo. Randy says the world couldn't, while the world couldn't see him, Orton could. It took about 20 years for everyone to realize what kind of man Cena is. He knew from day one. Cena is arrogant and selfish. He's an entitled brat who gets whatever he wants. Isn't Randy Orton the same way? I mean, he's pretty much a hypocrite. He's gotten a lot of shit over the past 2 decades. He's got a lot of shit. Cena is the shiny new toy to be played with by the ultimate puppet master. He says that Cena is smart. He took advantage of the PG era. He was willing and eager to be a real-life, walking, talking cartoon character, while Orton did everything that he could to be true to who he is. Randy says Cena didn't care about the boys in the back or the fans. All Cena cares about is his bottom line, which has brought him fame, fortune, and right into the mainstream. It has enabled Cena that every single month he has a brand new colored t-shirt, armband, wristband, sneakers, dog tags, and towels of merchandise on the stands. He wants to make sure that the fans love him even more than they already do. But speaking of kids, last week John Cena said the reason that why he never had kids and raised a family by himself is he was too busy raising all the kids in the audience. Orton says the only thing that Cena has raised the only thing that John Cena has raised is the price of his merchandise, which the actual parents have to work double in order to afford, which is true. I'm like, damn. He says selling your soul is not a new concept. Cena's been doing it for 20 years. Damn. Randy says hustle, loyalty, and respect. He says he'll give him the hustle all day long, but the loyalty, the respect, what happened to loyalty and respect? He's asking because last week Cena stood in the ring and said he was going to erase the Orton name from the history books and that he's going to erase everything his family did in the industry He will not over his dead freaking body. John Cena is not the last world champion. He's the latest champion that he has to put down. And at Backlash in his hometown, in front of his wife and kids, he's going to punt kick him so hard in that Lego-shaped head right off his shoulders through the gateway arch. Damn, I love that. That was great. But not before he drops Cena with the most 3 dangerous letters in all sports entertainment, RKO. Good stuff there. Not too long of a promo. I thoroughly enjoyed it. So, I like it. We all know that Randy's not going to win at Backlash next weekend. We all know that's not going to happen. So, it should be fine. Moving on. So we go backstage. Naomi's getting ready for her match. So Nia Jax comes in and tells her that they have to be on the same page. Her eyes are set on gold and Two-Face Tiffany. As long as Naomi keeps her out of her way, they'll be good. Naomi tells her, sure. And then she walks away, and then Nia Jax is confused. And I'm the same way. I'm like, what the fuck? But it is what it is. Moving on. Randy Orton's walking backstage, and he's stopped by R-Truth. R-Truth tells Randy that his childhood hero John Cena is going to beat him. So Jimmy Uso shows up. Who tells Orton that he knows how R-Truth gets down. Orton leaves, and Jimmy tells R-Truth to stop. If he keeps talking, Orton will knock his head off his shoulders. R-Truth says Cena told him that, and Cena also told him that he's the last real champion, and John Cena would not lie to him. What the hell? Come on, Triple H. Stop trying to book R-Truth as a heel. We're not going to boo him. He kicks major ass. Moving on. Rey Fenix defeats Santos Escobar. He wins via the Meteor off the top rope. So that's a pretty cool little finish. Liked it. Moving on. This leads us into a backstage segment involving Jade Cargill and Tiffany Stratton. So, Tiffany says she gets it, and if she was Nia, she wouldn't want to be her either. And as for Jade, as long as she stays out of her way, they won't have a problem. Jade tells Tiffany to stay out of her business because she did not get enough of Naomi. Jade says she spoke to Nick Aldis, and he told her that she'll face Naomi next week on Smackdown for a number 1 contenders match. No, my bad. Not Naomi. Nia Jax. Okay, that's fine. Moving on. So Santos Escobar, he's backstage with Humberto Carrillo and Angel Garza. Los Garza. He's angry at them for not helping him during his match. In comes Andrade, and he tells Santos that he knows that Santos doesn't care about Angel and Humberto, which is true. Andrade says that he doesn't like Santos. Andrade says that Santos always talks about legacy, respect, and honor. But what legacy does he have with the Garzas? He doesn't have respect or honor. And then Santos grabs Angel and they leave. And then Angel stares at Andrade, and Andrade smiles, and then Then Santos Escobar comes back and grabs Humberto Carrillo. So I do like this. Is interesting stuff. I'm down for this. Moving on, main event of the evening. Jade Cargill and Tiffany Stratton, they defeat Nia Jax and Naomi. And then post-match, Tiffany and Jade, they stare each other down for a brief moment. And then Naomi comes in. She shoves Jade into Tiffany. Tiffany falls out of the ring. And then she holds up the title. And that was the show. So, it's fine. So, that was SmackDown. Kind of boring. Well, no, not kind of boring. It was boring. They had a lack of star power on this show. They had no star power on the show at all. But it is what it is. There's nothing that can be done about it. So let's go ahead and get into the releases. There were 15 releases that took place before SmackDown went on the air. Braun Strowman, Dakota Kai, Shayna Baszler, Katana Chance, Caden Carter, Gigi Dolan, Cora Jade, Eddie Thorpe, Jakara Jackson, Riley Osborne, Gallus, Joe Coffey, Mark Coffey, and Wolfgang Oro Mensah, and Javier Vanal, a.k.a. Big Body Javi. Damn. Wow. The only shocker on this list is Braun Strowman. Braun Strowman just came back to just put over Bronson Reed and Jacob Fatu. He had a really good feud with Bronson Reed last year, and he had a really good feud with Jacob Fatu. Where do I think these releases will go? Every one of these releases should go to TNA outside of Shayna Baszler. Shayna Baszler really should go to AEW. That is where one of her best friends works, Marina Shafir. So that's where she should go. Gigi and everybody else will go to TNA. I could see Eddie Thorpe going to TNA as well. Jakara Jackson should definitely go to TNA. She's only been in the business for, 2-3 years. So she's just basically getting started. Gallus would be perfect in TNA. Oro Mensah, same thing. Javier Bernal, same thing. But these releases were bound to happen, and more is going to happen anyway. I know people have lost their shit over this, but look, stop. We all knew that releases were going to happen anyway. They do releases because they're going to bring in more and more talent. And that's just it. So nobody was spared from the main roster, from NXT, and from Evolve. Nobody was spared at all. These talent will be fine. All of them will be fine. Every last one of them that were released outside of Shayna Baszler should all go to TNA. I'm not going to hold you up. Why would Tony Khan waste any money on any of these people that got released? And who wants to work the indie circuit? I wish that people would stop mentioning the indies. All right? The indies are for people who just want to just wrestle. And that's all they want to do. Like, if you were already on television, you should want to go back to television. That's what you should do. And I do think that we'll probably get more releases. I don't know when they'll happen. It could be after Backlash. We don't know. But we've known for a while that WWE, they've done WrestleMania releases, post-Mania releases for years now. So I do think we'll get some more probably after Backlash. So this is just the first round. But I do look for more people to get released. I would be scared if I was, Shinsuke Nakamura and Apollo Crews, Tatum Paxley, JC Jane, Fallon Henley, Noam Dar. He survived. The metaphor is gone. Luca Cristofano, he's gone too. I forgot to mention he's gone. So the D'Angelo family, they're done. They're done. I could also see I could also see Adriana Rizzo getting released as well. So I could see her getting released. But all in all, SmackDown was boring as shit. And the releases, they will be fine. But what did you guys think of SmackDown? And what did you guys think of the releases? And where do you think they will end up? Like, comment, subscribe. Peace.